In the vicinity of 75 fans here to watch today's game. Brads will be here as well later on tonight as they'll take on Montgomery County. That will have a 6 o'clock start for the JV and a 7:30 start for the varsity. Chilly and cold outside, but nice and warm here inside. Caroline Van Hook will be jumping center for Harrison County across the midcourt stripe. Isabella Riggs for St. Pat. As we're about to get this game underway, the 6-16 Fillies against the 13-10 Lady Saints of St. Patrick. The tap is up and controlled by Harrison County. Custer gets the ball to Hudgens on the right side. He's cut off on the baseline and has the ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds by Riggs. Harrison will maintain possession. Hudgens from her own baseline near the corner gets it on the wing to Van Hook up top to Kinney to the left side. Long range, she'll find Custard. Custard backs up near the timeline to set the offense. She'll bring it in between the circles. Pass to the right side to Van Hook. Back up top to Custard to the left side. Now to Hudgens. Hudgens back up to Custard. Pass to the right side beyond the arc to Van Hook. Now between the circles to Custard. Back to the right side to Van Hook. Steps inside the arc. Her 15-footer's no good. And down with the rebound this time will come Lillian Klee. First possession of the game for the Lady Saints. At the point position is McKay. Gets it over on the right side to Klee. Klee gets to Gollenstein in between the circles. Gollenstein looks left, passes that way to McKay. McKay lobs the ball down low to Gollenstein, who misses the shot. Rebound batted around, still rolling away from the basket, and finally Van Hook chases it down. Caroline with 23 rebounds last night. Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Lady Saints. Harrison County will have possession. We played almost a minute. Still no score. Inbounds pass comes to Custard. Keeley across the timeline, the middle of the floor, drifts to the left side, long range, and finds Hudgens. Back up top to Custard to the right side to Van Hook. Finds Custard, left side Hudgens. Lob ball underneath the basket to Van Hook, drops it, picks it back up, gets it to Kinney, who will fire a three-pointer. Air ball. Offside rebound pulled in by Klee. Into the front court with the basketball come the Lady Saints. Riggs has it, goes to the block. Her shot partially blocked, and make that Van Hook with the rebound. Van Hook brings the ball into the front court, cut off as she tried to drive. Now goes baseline. Baseline pass is knocked away. Custard picks up the loose ball, goes to the block. Her hook shot is off the rim. Rebound on the floor as bodies hit the floor, and finally Gollenstein comes up with the rebound. Up the floor and into the front court come the Lady Saints. McKay, left side three-point try, good. Caroline McKay hitting about 38% of her three-pointers and buries the first points of the game by either team there. 3-0 in favor of the Lady Saints. Rushing to the basket on the other end as Custer misses the shot. Linville puts it back up and in. Nice job that time by Katie. She gets the Fillies back to within one at 3-2. Walking the ball up the floor are the Lady Saints. 5:43 left to go in the first quarter. Gollenstein on the left side. Gets it in between the circles to Klee. Back to Gollenstein. Gollenstein brings it to the top of the key. Goes into the paint. Dumps it down to the block to Klee, who lays it up and in. Lillian Klee with her first points. Gets her team a 5-2 advantage. 5:21 left. Here's a shot put up no good by Linville. Ball on the floor and is going to be kicked out of bounds. And they're going to say that St. Pat touched it last. Coming into the game now for Harrison, Marley Toll. Toll, a 5'9" freshman who's averaging 2.2 points a game. Inbounding the ball on the far hash mark will be Hudgens. Hudgens gets the ball to Toll. Back up top to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint. A floater from 10 is off to the right, but Toll is there for the rebound and the putback. Nice job that time by Marley on the offensive glass. She's really improved in that aspect of her game. Gets the team back to within one at 5-4. 4:57 left. Now here's a leaner that goes in for Riggs. Isabella Riggs is first points of the game. Gets her team up 7-4. 4:45 left to go. And now a turnover by Harrison County, their first of the ball game. Into the front court with the basketball will be Klee. Gets it to the elbow to Roush. Roush to the right side. Riggs for a three, short. And this time with the rebound will be Hudgens. Up the floor and into the front court come the Fillies, down by a tray. Pass down to the block to Toll. Turnaround jumper is no good. And this time Gollenstein will grab the rebound. Up the floor going all the way. Klee as she got behind our defense. And Lillian Klee puts her team up by its largest margin at 9-4. Midway through the first quarter, now another turnover by the Fillies. Gives the ball back into the hands of the Lady Saints. In between the circles with the basketball, Roush. Roush drifts to the left, looks to the right, passes that way, and finds Klee. Klee, guarded by Kenny, picks up the dribble, gets it on the baseline to Gollenstein. Gollenstein to Riggs, who's going to be fouled as she approached the basket. Oh, they're going to say the travel happened before the foul. First turnover of the game committed by the Lady Saints. First sub of the game coming in for St. Pat, Bria Bauer. Bauer, a 5-foot sophomore, averaging 1.6 points a game. Full court pressure being employed by the Lady Saints. Inbounds pass intended for Hudgens, and Hudgens will run over Bauer. That'll be Bailey's first personal foul. It may be difficult to understand everything your teenager is saying, but with Dustin and Amy at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Call them at 859-234-4514 from our own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass. Is going to be make that McKay, who feeds Roush inside, makes a shot from the block, and a timeout has been called by Harrison County. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout, but Coach not pleased with the way our defense is giving up too many wide-open shots. 11-4 is your score. The timeout coming here in the first quarter at the 3:39 mark. Harrison County, as we said, down by 7. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Fillies. Currently, the Lady Saints on a 6-point run that has gotten them this 7-point lead. They've led all the way since they scored the opening basket on a tray by McKay. Kenny will inbounds the ball against that pressure. Gets it to Custard. Custard back to Kenny. Kenny takes a dribble, gets it back to Custard, back to Kenny. Kenny still in the backcourt. Let's hurry up, girls. Gets it to Custard, who crosses the timeline at just the nick of time. Gets the ball to Van Hook, who's going to be fouled from behind by Riggs, who is going for the steal. Just a common foul out front. From our own baseline, this side of the basket, inbounding the ball will be Hudgens. But first, a couple of subs coming in for St. Pat. As Roush returns, also coming in for the first time, Alex Arnn. Alex Arnn, a 5'5 senior, averaging 0.6 points per game. Hudgens gets the ball in low to Van Hook. Her 8-footer is no good, and coming in with the rebound will be Riggs. Phillies having a tough time offensively here in the first quarter. With the basketball up top is going to be Roush. She gets the ball in the hands of Riggs. Riggs back to Roush. Roush being hounded by Van Hook. Now picks up her dribble. She's in trouble, and we're going to have a jump ball called. The ball will stay in the hands of the Lady Saints. Linville comes back in for the Fillies. Also checking in for Harrison County, Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford, a 5'5 sophomore who's averaging 4.4 points a game. Let's see. They're actually going to change their mind on where the inbounds pass was coming from the baseline to the hash mark to the right of the Harrison County bench. Inbounding the ball will be Roush. Roush hands the ball off to McKay. McKay using a pick, now moves the ball to the far sideline where she'll hand it off into the hands of Bauer. Bauer finds Riggs. Riggs inside the arc, goes to the block, tries a pass, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Roush. Her shot's no good, and Linville gets the rebound. Up the floor come the Fillies in a hurry. Lunsford to Custard, misses the shot, but she's fouled. And we'll go to the line for two. Good transition offense that time by our girls. Foul is going to be called on Arnn. That'll be Arnn's first. Custard at the line for the first time today. She's a 71% free throw shooter. With 2:42 left to go in the first, her first free throw is good. That'll narrow the gap a little bit to 11-5. Second free throw upcoming for the freshman. It's on the way and rattles out, no good. Rebound is going to be wrestled away by Van Hook. She'll get it to Custer, who makes the shot. Keeley with the baseline jumper. Gets Harrison back to within 4 at 11-7. With the basketball in the front court, the Lady Saints. Roush gets it to Bauer. She'll fire a three-pointer. Air ball. Rebound is going to be pulled in by Roush, however. She'll get it back out top. Now to Riggs, who races into the paint and makes the shot. That's a half a dozen points for Isabella Riggs here in this first quarter. Extends her team's lead back to 13-7. Into the front court, Linville catches a pass, puts it up and in from the block. 4 points for Katie Linville. Harrison back to once again to within 4 at 13-9. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. In the corner with the basketball, Roush races baseline pass to Arn, misses the shot. Rebound being bounced around, and this time Lunsford will come out of the fray with it, and she's going to be fouled by Bauer. Couple of subs coming in for St. Pat as Gollenstein and Klee come back into the ball game. Minute 37 left to go in the first quarter. Well, you know about the Beast Pizza, but don't forget about Snappy's great salads and sandwiches. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235-SNAP. Thank you, Ryan. Custard gets the ball to Van Hook into the front court on the far corner to Linville. Finds a wide open Lunsford underneath the basket. Misses the shot. Might have been some contact. No call. Riggs gets the rebound for the Lady Saints. In the front court, here's a pass to the block into the hands of Klee. She misses the shot. But once again, another offensive rebound by Roush. She lost the ball on their way up. Now picking up the loose ball is Gollenstein. Misses the shot, and this time Lunsford gets the rebound for Harrison County. And she'll have her dribble knocked out of bounds. Harrison will maintain possession. 1:03 left, down by 4. Van Hook against the pressure. Inbounds the ball to Hudgens on the far sideline. Has to tightrope to get the ball. Now she'll pass to Custard. Custard in the front court, 3-on-1. Gets the ball down low to Linville. Misses the easy shot. And the rebound's going to be pulled in by Gollenstein. Missing way too many layups out there. 48 seconds left to go. Crossing the timeline with the basketball will be McKay. Pass to the left side. She'll find Riggs. Riggs moves to the top of the key. In between the circles now, Klee has it back into the hands of Riggs. Riggs on the baseline to Klee. Klee goes to the block. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. It's almost a second thought that time by Klee to make it to the basket. Foul's going to be on Lunsford. That'll be Hayden's first. Klee going to the line for the first time on the year. Just a 36% free throw shooter. First free throw by the freshman is right straight through the pipe. Brooke Kinney returns to the lineup for Harrison County. Now trailing 14-9 after that first free throw by Klee. 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Second free throw by number 13 is going to rim out. And Linville goes and gets the rebound. It's 3 for Katie here in the first quarter. Into the front court comes Custard. Gets to the top of the key to Van Hook. Van Hook floats a pass inside, knocked away and stolen by the Lady Saints. Into the front court comes McKay with 16 seconds left. Looks like McKay is going to be content to go for the last shot. Crosses over a dribble, now gets the ball to Riggs. Riggs goes to the block, double teamed. Gets it back out top, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Riggs with 5 seconds left. Floats up a shot, no good. Van Hook comes away with the rebound. And that is the way that the first quarter will end with your score. St. Patrick 14, Harrison County 9. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCY. As 7. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Harrison County with the basketball. Inbounds pass comes to Custard. Custard crosses the timeline in the middle of the floor, passes it to the left side to Toll. Gets it to Hudgens, down low to Van Hook. Up and under move, makes it. Nice move that time by Caroline for her first points of the ball game. Draws her team back to within 3 at 14-11. Opening moments of the second quarter. In the front court with the basketball now, Roush. Roush gets it on the wing to Riggs. Riggs down low to Klee. Klee gets around Kenny, puts up a shot, no good, and Toll will bring down the rebound for Harrison County. In the front court, going to the basket, Van Hook, her shot from the block is no good, and she rips away the rebound and gets it out front for a 3. Bailey Hudgens' first points of the night, and we're all knotted up at 14 apiece. Into the front court with the basketball come the Lady Saints, who had led all the way up until that basket. In between the circles, Klee. Klee being guarded by Kenny, gets to the left side, long range to McKay. McKay lobs the ball. It's going to go into the backcourt, stolen by Hudgens. Hudgens coast to coast, puts it up and in. And Harrison County with their first lead of the ball game. And a timeout called by St. Pat. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But Harrison County coming on strong here at the start of the second quarter. And really looking good as they have gotten the lead with 6:46 on the clock here in the second quarter. Make that notation on my book here so I'll remember it for future reference. Cynthia and Hardee's want you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. Made from scratch biscuits, never frozen burgers, and many other great options at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Out of the timeout, St. Pat will have the basketball. Trailing for the first time in the ball game, McKay will bring the ball across the timeline where she's met by Custard. Pass to the left side to Riggs. Riggs lobs it to Klee on the baseline. Klee brings it back to the wing and gets it up top into the hands of Gollenstein. Now floating to the basket, shot no good, but a foul is going to be called, and that will be sending Roush to the line. Foul is going to be on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's second. First trip to the line today for Roush, who on the year is a 63% free throw shooter. First free throw by the lefty is good. Linville and Lunsford check back in for Harrison County as the Lady Saints draw back to within 1 and can tie the score if Roush can make this free throw here. Second free throw for the senior is on the way, and this one is going to bounce out, and Linville gets the rebound. Into the front court come the Fillies. Now Van Hook dribbles right into the teeth of a trap. Turns it over. Here's a pass down on the baseline to Roush. Roush to the foul line to Gollenstein. Her jump shot's good. Emma Gollenstein's first points of the day puts her team back out on top, 17-16. Foul line jumper. 6:02 left to go, and now another turnover by the Fillies. That's 5 so far. In the front court, in between the circles is McKay. McKay gets it over on the wing to Klee. Klee to Gollenstein to Riggs on the left side. She'll get it into the corner now. Here's a 3 fired up and no good. Rebound on the floor is going to be chased down out top by Gollenstein. Gollenstein tries another shot. It's no good, and this time Van Hook gets the rebound. She's got 6. Into the front court, Caroline directing traffic. Gets the ball near the top of the key. Has the Kinney, who will hand it backwards to Custard on the far side of the midcourt circle. Custard sets the offense as she dribbles over to the right side. Her team down by 1. 5:16 left to go in the first half. Van Hook skip pass to the far side is intercepted by McKay. McKay dribbles to the top of the key. Goes down to the block. Floats up a shot off the glass. Too hard, no good. And Van Hook with another rebound. Van Hook in the front court dumps the ball down low to Kinney. Has her shot blocked, but gets the offensive rebound. Now gets the ball to Lunsford, who misses the shot. And this time it's going to be Riggs who will bring down the rebound. In the front court come the Lady Saints, leading by 1. Gollenstein floats up a terrible shot that goes out of bounds. And they're going to say that Harrison County touched it last. Toll back in for the Fillies. Coming in for St. Pat, Bria Bauer and Alex Arnn, each of whom have already seen some action in this game. From her own baseline, McKay gets it underneath the basket to Riggs. Knocked away and stolen by Linville. Nice play that time by Katie, and now she's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be called on Arnn, and that'll be Alex Arnn's second. So still down by 1, the Phillies with the basketball. Custard will walk it up the floor where she'll be met at midcourt by the combo of Riggs and McKay. Dribbles around it, gets the ball to the far sideline to Kinney. Kinney to Custard, to Toll. Toll in the paint, 12-footer, rolls around the rim and then comes out. Linville gets the rebound. It's going to be knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. Katie Linville now with 5 rebounds, being very aggressive on the glass here today. We approach the midway point of the second quarter. Harrison still down by 1. We've been stuck on this score for a while. Inbounds pass comes to Linville. 12-footers off the flange. Rebound is picked up by Custard. Her putback is going to roll off. Oh, that ball almost went down. Down with the rebound is Riggs. And now here come the Lady Saints, still up by 1. McKay, pass to the right side, long range to Bauer. Bauer gets the ball to Arnn. Arnn at the top of the key, looking for someone to pass to. Now gets it into the hands of Klee. Klee backs up near the center. Gets it up top now to McKay. McKay goes to the left elbow. Kicks it in the corner to Bauer. Bauer to the foul line to Klee. Klee races down the paint, puts up a shot, no good. And Linville gets another rebound. And now here's a loose ball on the floor. Almost taken away, but Harrison County able to control it. In the front court, Custard goes baseline. Now is going to step on that baseline for a turnover. Let's give the ball back to the Lady Saints. Van Hook back in now for Harrison County. Up the floor comes McKay. 17-16. We've been at this score for the last 3 minutes. Pass to the left side, long range to Riggs. Riggs goes inside the arc, down to the block. Her shot put up, rolls off the rim, no good. Knocked out of bounds by the Lady Saints. Coming in now, Roush returns for St. Patrick. Cynthia, let's see, if you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Against the full court pressure, Custer gets the ball to Van Hook in the front court to Lunsford. 2-on-1 break. Lunsford down low to Toll, but recovering very quickly was Roush to knock it out of bounds. Good hustle that time by Roush. Custard will trigger the inbounds pass from her own baseline with 3 minutes left in this first half. She'll get it to Van Hook, splits the defense, and she's going to be fouled. See who that foul is on. It's going to be on Roush. And it'll be McKenna Roush's first. Inbounding the ball will be Custard. Custard underneath the basket finds Van Hook, who lays it up and in. Give the assist to Custard. The points to Van Hook, and Harrison County finally has recaptured the lead at 18-17. In the front court with the basketball and 2:49 on the clock is Riggs. Riggs down low to Gollenstein, who can't handle the pass and drops it out of bounds. She was wide open to the basket and just got a little too excited. Well, it may be difficult to understand everything your teenager is saying, but with Dustin and Amy at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Call them at 859-234-4514. In the front court, Custard lobs the ball to the foul line to Van Hook, down on the block to Toll. Marley spins, puts up a shot blocked, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Roush. So we'll head the other way with it. In the front court, McKay, her team down by 1. Now dribbles it back near the hash mark on the near side. Now a pass to Riggs, and Riggs is going to be fouled by Van Hook. It'll be Caroline's first. It's been a very long drought scoring-wise for the Lady Saints. They haven't scored in 4 minutes, but still trail by just 1. McKay gets the ball in bounds, knocked away and out of bounds by Kinney. Lady Saints will maintain possession. Inbounding the ball in front of the Harrison County bench will be Roush. Roush gets it into the hands of McKay. McKay had an early 3. In fact, the first basket of the ball game is yet to score since that time. She's the leading scorer for Lady Saints, so we've shut her down. Riggs is going to be, oh, we got an intentional foul. Oh, yeah, technical foul for throwing an elbow on McKay. So here in the second quarter with 2:05 to go, Harrison County leading 18-17. Going to the line will be Custard, where she's 1 for 2 today. So Custard trying to get her 4th point and give her team a little breathing room. First one's on the way and bounces high off the flange, bounces twice on the front of the iron, and then comes off. She'll have another chance at it here. As the second free throw is on the way and also no good. Keeley came in a 71% free throw shooter, but just 1 for 4 today, as Klee will check in for Bauer. Harrison County with possession of the ball as well because of the technical. Inbounds pass to Van Hook. In the corner finds Kinney. Dumps the ball to the block to Toll. Toll double team. Goes around the double team, and her shot's no good, but she's fouled. Foul's going to be called on, an offensive foul on Marley. To give the ball back to the Lady Saints as Linville checks back into the contest. 18-17 in the last 5 minutes. There's only been one basket. That was by Harrison County that's given him the lead. Cross timeline with the basketball comes McKay to the right side to Roush long range. Roush guarded by Kinney, gets to the top of the key to McKay again. McKay being tracked by Custard on the man-to-man. McKay races through the double team, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound on the floor is going to be picked up by Roush. And now we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on St. Pat. And Harrison County will shoot the bonus with 1:33 left on the clock. Van Hook going to the line. First trip for her tonight on the year. She's a 60% free throw shooter. Has 4 points and 7 rebounds. All 4 points coming here in the second quarter. Harrison County's largest lead so far has just been 2 points. First free throw by the senior is good. Matches Harrison's largest lead as Bauer checks back in. 19-17, now your score. And the second free throw upcoming for Van Hook. It's on its way and rattles in there good. Phillies lead 20-17. Up the floor into the front court comes McKay. Drifts to the right side, long range. Lobs it to the top of the key to Gollenstein. Gollenstein to Riggs. Riggs dribbles into traffic, and as she tries to get it out underneath the basket to Bauer, we have a foul called on Harrison County. It's going to be on Linville. That'll be Katie's first. But it will send Isabella Riggs to the line. Riggs on the season is a 62% free throw shooter. First one's on the way and rims out. Both teams struggling from the line here in the first half. Second free throw to try to make it a 2-point game with 1:21 left on the clock in the first half. By the senior is good this time. So Harrison County's lead is down to just 2 at 20-18. 1:13 left to go. Here's a pass down to Lunsford. Her shot's going to be blocked. And the rebound, though, comes out to Riggs. Here's a shot put up no good from three-point range, and they're going to say the last team to touch it was the Fillies. So down by 2 with under a minute to go. St. Pat with the basketball. Across the timeline comes Bauer. Make that to McKay. McKay at the foul line, pitches it to the far side to Bauer. He'll get into the hands of Riggs in between the circles. Riggs down on the block, finds Klee. Her shot's no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, no good. Gets her own rebound again, no good. Somebody grabbed the rock besides Klee. She finally gets her 4th rebound and sends it out front. Out top with the basketball once again will be McKay. McKay guarded by Linville. Gets it in the far corner to Bauer. Ball knocked away and stolen by Harrison County. 21 seconds left. Lunsford to the basket. Layup is missed, but Van Hook is there for the putback. Van Hook gets her 8th point and gives Harrison County the 22-18 lead. Now on our way back up the floor, ball's knocked out of bounds with 10 seconds left as Roush will check back into the ball game. Inbounding the ball from the sideline in front of the Harrison County bench will be McKay. McKay looking, lobs it up top to Roush. Roush gets it to Riggs. Riggs goes baseline, cut off by Van Hook, back on the wing to Roush. Up top, Bauer with 2 seconds left. Left side 3 by Riggs at the buzzer is no good as it hits off the flange. And that's the way that the first half will end with your score. Harrison County 22, St. Patrick 18. A very competitive ball game here on an afternoon affair at the Hilltop. We'll invite you to join us now for our halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from this first half of play. But once again, your halftime score from here on the Hilltop, Harrison County 22, St. Patrick 18. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All righty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and the Lady Saints of St. Patrick locked up in a good barn burner. We've actually only had 1 tie and 3 lead changes, but neither team has led by more than 4. Right now, Harrison County with that 4-point advantage at 22-18. Taking a look at the individual stats here in the first, Isabella Riggs leads the way for St. Pat with 7 points. Lillian Klee has 5. 3 points on a tray by Caroline McKay, which was the very first bucket of the game. She has not scored since that time. 2 points for Emma Gollenstein and a single point for McKenna Roush. Also playing but not scoring, Bria Bauer and Alex Arn. Meanwhile, Harrison County paced by Caroline Van Hook, who has 8 points here at the break, all 8 coming in the second quarter. 5 points for Bailey Hudgens. All 5 of hers came in the second quarter as well when Harrison County outscored St. Pat 13-4 to take this 4-point lead, coming back from a 5-point deficit after the first quarter. Also scoring for the Fillies, Kay Linville having a nice game, 4 points and 6 rebounds. 3 points for Keely Custard as well, and 2 points by Marley Toll rounds out the scoring. Also playing but not scoring, Brooke Kinney and Hayden Lunsford. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll come back and tell you how the team stats stack up right after this timeout. Once again, your halftime score from here on the Hilltop, Harrison County 22, St. Pat 18. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, let's take a look at the numbers as they pan out, and they reflect why this game is so close. Harrison County made 9 of 30 shots, that's 30%. They attempted 3 trays and made 1. Meanwhile, St. Patrick put the ball in the air 28 times and made 7 for 25%. They were 1 of 5 from beyond the perimeter. Both teams struggled from the line in the first half, each of them making 3 of their 6 free throw attempts for 50%. Turnovers dead even at 7. After committing 6 turnovers in the first quarter, Harrison County commits just 1 in the second period. Meanwhile, 7 turnovers for St. Pat as well. And the rebounding battle is won by Harrison County 21-18. 7 offensive and 11 defensive rebounds for St. Pat. They're paced by a couple of players with 5 boards apiece, Isabella Riggs and Lillian Klee. Meanwhile, Harrison County 8 offensive and 13 defensive rebounds for their 21. Caroline Van Hook leads the way in that stat as she most often does with 8 boards here in the first half. So that's the way that the team numbers pan out in what is a very close game here after one half of play and should be all the way to the end. But Harrison County, a big second quarter, outscoring St. Pat 13-4 to turn that 5-point deficit into a 4-point lead. We'll take a break now and come back for the third quarter handoff right after this timeout. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. righty, back here on the hilltop. The third quarter about to commence. Harrison County leading St. Patrick 22-18. Once again, the Fillies will be back in action on Monday night here on the hilltop when Mason County rolls into town. And then back-to-back nights, we'll have road games next weekend, playing up at Pendleton County on Friday night. And then on Saturday afternoon, we'll head to Flemingsburg to take on the Lady Panthers. So even though there are only 2 weeks left in the regular season, very busy schedule for both the Breds and the Fillies as they try to get as many games in to practice what they need to before the district starts 2 weeks from Monday, or at least I assume that'll be the case. That's usually the case. They haven't had the meeting yet to set the dates for sure, but I'm going to guess that'll be the case. Once again, the 38th district tournament for both the boys and the girls will be right here on the hilltop. Down by 4, the Lady Saints will have the ball to begin the third quarter. Inbounding the ball will be Roush. Roush gets the ball to McKay. McKay calls the play out as she crosses the timeline, the middle of the floor, picked up by Custer defensively, pass to the right side to Riggs. Riggs takes her dribble into the arc and puts it up from the block. Shot no good. Rebound, though, is pulled in by Klee. Klee gets it back out top to Gollenstein. Gollenstein to Klee in the corner in front of her own bench. Now Klee gets it up top to Riggs. Riggs at the left elbow. Backs it back out again. Good defense by our girls, obviously, since St. Pat's only scored 4 points in the last quarter plus. Now we're going to have a foul on the baseline. Going to be called on Custard. That'll be her first. Oh, they're actually going to say it was on Brooke Kinney instead of Keeley. So I'll make that correction. From her own baseline, McKay to trigger the inbounds pass. McKay looking, finally gets it in the corner to Roush. Roush goes into the paint, to the basket, layup short. And Van Hook comes down with another rebound, but it's knocked away from her from behind, but Caroline able to retrieve it. In the front court on the right side, Kinney. In between the circles finds Custard. Lobs the ball into the corner to Hudgens, down on the block to Linville, back up top to Custard. Custard gets it in the corner to Kinney for a three. Good! There's another Canuck three-pointer, this time connected by Brooke Kinney. And Harrison County enjoys their largest lead at 25-18. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the third. With the basketball now is Riggs. Launches it down on the baseline, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Linville, trying to find somebody to get it from her. And we're going to have a jump ball called. But Katie's just really playing like a beast out there tonight. Rebounding, scoring, diving after 50-50 balls. On the alternating possession arrow, Harrison County will get the ball back. Custard to Kinney against some token pressure by St. Pat. Lobs it into the front court to Van Hook. Van Hook now skips a pass to the far side to Hudgens. Ball fake, moves to the right elbow. Jump shot, good. 7 points on the day now for Bailey. It's Harrison County gets a 27-18 lead. 6:22 left in the third quarter. Riggs goes to the basket, makes the shot and is fouled. And that'll stop a 35-5 run by Harrison County. That'll be Roush going, I'll make that Riggs going to the line where she's 1 for 2. 27-20 right now the score. And at the 6:17 mark, she's able to bury the free throw to complete the old-fashioned three-point play and make the score 27-21. Into the front court with the basketball comes Hudgens. Up top to Custard, to the foul line to Van Hook. Van Hook backs up, skip pass to the far side to a wide-open Hudgens for a three. Barely grazed the net. Kinney, though, goes in there and saves the ball from going out of bounds. Good play. Gets the ball to Custard. Her hook shot is no good, but she's fouled. And Keeley's going to go to the line now. Foul was going to be called on McKay. That'll be her second. Custard struggling from the line tonight, just 1 for 4. First one here is nothing but net. Checking back in will be Marley Toll. Custard stands in for hopefully the second of her free throw attempts. 5:54 left to go. Buries this one as well. 5 points for Custard. Harrison County now up 29-21. Across the timeline comes Riggs. Dribbles to the right side where she'll get the ball to Roush in the corner. Finds Gollenstein. Gollenstein to the foul line. Gets it to Klee. Klee floats a jumper up there. It's no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line. Fouls on Kinney. And that'll be Brooks' second. Klee at the line. She's 1 for 2. Has 6 rebounds, though, 4 of them offensive. 3 of them coming on one trip down the floor. Klee's first free throw is going to bounce off to the right. No good. She'll have another crack at it. Second free throw by number 13, just a freshman, is on the way, and this one is also off the flange. No good. Long rebound, though, comes into the hands of Gollenstein. Pass it back outside. Here's McKay. Launches a skip pass to the far side to Riggs. Riggs to the baseline to Roush. Cut off by Toll. Roush then gets the ball to the foul line to Riggs, who splits the defense. Floats one up there. No good. Rebound is still being fought for. And finally, a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow will keep the ball in the hands of the Lady Saints. Trailing 29-21. From her own baseline, McKay gets the ball up top to Riggs. Riggs in between the circles, backs up inside the center circle to set the offense. Now makes her move to the right side where she finds Roush. Roush lobs the ball to Klee in the paint. Back on the wing to Roush. Roush to the foul line, bounces a pass down on the baseline to Riggs, who floats one in there. A dozen points now for Isabella Riggs, and the Saints draw back to within 6 at 29-23. 4:47 left. With the basketball, Kinney left side three-point try, air ball. Offside rebound comes out high to Hudgens. She'll fire a three, no good. And this time, the rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds. And give the ball back to the Lady Saints. Coming up the floor with the basketball will be McKay. McKay, guarded by Custard up top. Moves to the top of the key. Pass to the right side to Roush. Roush to the left elbow. Gets it back between the circles to Riggs. Riggs to Roush. Roush traveled, no call, but gets the pass down low to Gollenstein, who lays it in. Emma Gollenstein gets her team back to within 4 at 29-25 after the layup. 4:04 on the clock here in the third. Now a pass down low is knocked out of bounds. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Fillies as Bria Bauer checks back into the game, coming in for Roush. From her own baseline, the opposite side of the basket from where we sit, Custard will try to get the ball inbounds. She does in the corner to Toll, up top to Kinney, now to Hudgens, left side Van Hook, who almost let it go. But she lobs it back up top to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint, a floater, bounces off, no good. And this time, Klee comes down with another rebound. She's got 7 on the day. Down by 4. Lady Saints on the attack. Riggs gets the ball up top to McKay. McKay backs up near the time circle. Now to the left elbow. Kicks it in the corner to Klee. Klee picked up her pivot foot. That should have been a travel. Now tries to dribble out of it. Goes around everybody to the block and to the basket where she scores. Lillian Klee makes it a 2-point game on the layup. 29-27. Timeout called by the Fillies. See if it's a corner or a fourth. It's going to be just a 30. So we'll keep it right here. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the third. Harrison County's one-time 8-point advantage, and in fact we are up by 9 points, is now down to just 2 points at 29-27 as the Lady Saints are presently on a 9-4 run. Well, you know about the Beast Pizza, but don't forget about Snappy's great salads and sandwiches. Call 235-7627 right now. That's 235. Snap. Thank you, Ryan. Exciting game here on the hilltop between the Fillies and the Lady Saints. Fillies trying for their second win in a row, while St. Pat trying to win for the third time in succession. Remember, once again, the Thoroughbreds will be back in action tonight when they take on Montgomery County here on the hilltop. Out of the timeout, Van Hook will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to Hudgens. Hudgens in between the circles. Gets it to the right wing to Van Hook. Back up top to Hudgens. Hudgens inside the arc. Now outside and back inside the perimeter as she gets in front of her own bench. Ball's knocked out of her hands by Klee. Fillies will maintain possession. Inbounds pass comes to Van Hook. Van Hook gets it back to Hudgens on the left side, long range. Hudgens tries a pass, but it's going to be kicked by Klee. They've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. From her own baseline, Hudgens lobs the ball to Kinney. In the corner, Hudgens open for a three-try. Yes! There's another an up-wall three-pointer. This time buried by Bailey Hudgens, her second of the game, as Harrison County able to extend their lead back to 5 at 32-27. Now a pass into the far corner goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Saints. That's their first turnover of the second half. Kinney facing full court pressure. We've seen all kinds of presses tonight by the Lady Saints, trying to keep us off balance. Hudgens double teamed in the backcourt. Now bounces the ball off of the foot of Bauer. Harrison will maintain possession. From near the far corner, Kinney will inbounds the ball in the backcourt. Gets it to Hudgens. Hudgens lobs the ball back to Kinney, who will bring it into the front court. Kinney inside the arc on the left side. Now double teamed. Finds Custard. Custard up top to Van Hook. Van Hook thought about the three, but turns it down. Gets it back to Custard on the left side. Keeley, her team up by 5 with 2:29 left to go in the third. To Kinney. Now to the right side to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint to Custard. Hook shot is no good. Rebound is pulled down by Kinney. She'll get it to Linville, who puts it up and in. So Kinney with both the offensive rebound and the assist. 6 points now for Linville. Harrison County up 34-27. 2:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Racing to the basket, Riggs, who lays it up and in. She's got 7 of her 14 points here in the third quarter. Almost single-handedly keeping her team in the game. They trail, though, 34-29 with 1:49 left here in the third quarter. Now a steal by McKay in the front court with the basketball. Gets on the right side to Riggs, to Klee. Klee, a floater, should be a charge, and it's going to be a block call. Bad call. Van Hook picks up her second personal foul. Looked like a charge from here. Klee going back to the line where she's had her problems tonight, going just 1 out of 5. First free throw by the freshman is going to rattle out, no good. Coming in the ball game, Lunsford will replace Van Hook. Second free throw upcoming for Lillian Klee. A lot of Klees have passed through the St. Pat program. And this one is good by Klee to get her team back to within 4 at 34-30. Minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. In the front court, Linville gets it to Hudgens. Hudgens to the basket. Layup no good, but she's fouled. We'll go to the line for 2. Foul is going to be assessed against McKay, and that'll be Caroline McKay's third. Hudgens at the line for the first time on the year, a 70% free throw shooter. Has 10 points, a couple above her average. First one's on the way and rims out. Back in the game, Roush returns for the Lady Saints. Coming in for Gollenstein. Hudgens' second free throw to try to make it a 5-point game is on the way and off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound is finally chased down by Riggs. Up the floor come the Lady Saints. McKay, a hook shot from the block is no good. Rebound is going to be chased down, though, by McKay, who will bring it back to the wing on this side. Tries a three-pointer that's no good, and Kinney will get the rebound for Harrison County this time. Now it's taken away. Rebound is brought down by Hudgens. Into the front court come the Fillies, and a dribble by Hudgens is knocked out of bounds by Bauer. Harrison County will maintain possession. Under a minute to go here in the third. Harrison up by 4. Inbounds pass comes to Lunsford, gets it back to Hudgens. Hudgens guarded closely by Roush. Goes in between the circles now before backing up inside the center circle to the left side to Kinney long range. Kinney in the paint to Lunsford. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. We'll go to the line for 2. Foul is going to be called on McKay. That be her 4th. So Lunsford at the line for the first time this afternoon. On the year, a 42% free throw shooter. Something to work on during the offseason. First free throw here, though, is perfect. First point of the game scored by Hayden as Gollenstein checks back in for St. Pat. 35-30. Your score with 45 seconds going on the clock here in the third. Second free throw by Lunsford is up and rolls about 3 revolutions around the inside of the rim before finally falling down. 36-30. Harrison back up by 6. Across the timeline comes Riggs. Riggs in the corner finds Roush. Remember, the leading scorer for St. Pat on the bench in foul trouble. His shot put up no good by Klieg. Gets her own rebound. Gets it over to Roush. Her shot is no good. And this time, the rebound is pulled in by Brooke Kinney. In the front court, going to the basket as Lunsford misses the shot. And the rebound is chased down by Gollenstein. Outlet pass to Klieg, racing to the basket, misses the shot. Roush is there, though, for the putback to get her team back to within 4 at 36-32. 2 seconds left, and a 3 by Kinney at the buzzer is no good. So at the end of 3, your score, Harrison County 36, St. Patrick 32. You're listening to Philly basketball on WC. All righty, back here on the hilltop. Harrison County led by as many as 9 in that third quarter before settling for a 4-point advantage heading into the fourth quarter. Fillies will have the ball as well. Hudgens brings the ball across the timeline to the right side, finds Lunsford. Lunsford in the paint to Van Hook. Van Hook on the baseline to Custard. Custard gets it back to Van Hook in the paint. Left-handed hook shot is no good, but she gets her own rebound. The shot put up and good by Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford now with 4. Puts Harrison County back out on top by a 6 spot at 38-32. 7.5 left to go. Still lots of time in this basketball game. Is that a 3? Good. Knock that down. Harrison County up now 39, should say, to 22. Out top of the basketball in the front court, Gollenstein. Gollenstein to the pass to the right side to Riggs. Riggs now makes her move to the baseline. Guns one down low to Gollenstein, who misses the shot. Rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Fillies. From her own baseline, they took her the inbounds pass, will be Roush. But first, McKay comes back in. Coach Arnn figuring that he needs his leading scorer on the floor. His team down by 7 with 7 minutes left. Roush, bounce pass underneath the basket to a wide open Riggs, but she misses the shot. Rebound chased down by Hudgens. Into the front court come the Fillies in a hurry. In the corner, Lunsford for 3, rims out. Rebound pulled down by Klieg. Maybe don't need a 3 right now. In the front court, tries a shot, no good. Van Hook grabs the rebound for Harrison County. She now has 11. And what? Now they say the ball went out of bounds off of, or a foul. Okay, so Caroline picks up her third foul. I'm still wondering where they pulled that one out of the hat. Kinney will check back in, as Van Hook will have a seat with those 3 personals. Roush will inbounds the ball from her own baseline. Roush lobs the ball to McKay. McKay drives, puts up a floater, short, and Custard is there for the rebound. Then turns it back over again, but then Harrison County gets it back again themselves. So both teams a little turnover fest real quick. Fouls on Klee. That'll be Lillian Klee's first personal. Van Hook quickly back into the contest. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. Made from scratch biscuits, never frozen burgers, and many other great options at Hardee's in Cynthiana. Facing full court man pressure. Inbounds pass will come to Custard. Custard, oh, dangerous lob. Don't do that. Lunsford able to chase it down, but now she herself throws the ball away. 3 straight turnovers for the Fillies. With the basketball, Klee at the left elbow. Gets it up top to Gollenstein. Gollenstein to the left side to Roush for a 3-point try. No good. Rebound on the floor. Comes all the way out to Roush. Gets it down low to Klee. Her shot is no good, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Fillies. So we're spending a whole lot of time on this end of the floor. 39-32, Harrison leads. Roush will inbounds it from her own baseline. Roush looking, lobs it up top to Gollenstein. Her foot is on the line, so just a 2-pointer, but she misses it anyway. And this time, Hudgens gets the rebound. In the front court to Toll, to Hudgens, down low, Kinney puts it up and in. Give the assist to Hudgens, the points to Kinney. And Harrison County matches their largest lead of the game at 41-32. 5:43 left. Going to the basket on the opposite side as Roush misses it. Getting the offensive rebound was Gollenstein. Her shot's no good, but she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Lunsford. That'll be her second. So Gollenstein at the line for the first time on the year. She is a 35% free throw shooter and misses the first one. Coming in for Harrison County, Linville returns. As Toll will come out. Second free throw upcoming for Gollenstein to try to make this an 8-point game, and she does. With her 5th point, Bria Bauer checks back in for St. Pat. So Harrison County up 41-33. Against the full court pressure, Lunsford is going to be fouled. That's going to be on McKay. If my figures are correct, that's 5. Check and see. Must not be. Inbounds pass comes to Custard. She'll get it to Kinney. Kinney lobs the ball down low to Linville, knocked away. And the loose ball, well, picking it up was Klee, but she was standing on the inline. As Gollenstein will check back in. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Hudgens. Boy, we got an 8-point lead. It's like we're protecting a 1-point lead. Here's a shot put up by Lunsford. No good. Gollenstein will get the rebound. Here in the front court, gets the ball to Riggs. Riggs on the wing. A Roush 3-point try is no good, too long. Offside rebound being chased after, and finally a jump ball will be called between Bauer and Custard. Possession arrow keeps the ball in the hands of the Lady Saints. As McKay will check back in. From her own baseline, Roush will trigger the inbounds pass. Roush inbounds the ball in the corner to McKay, who brings it back up top. McKay at the right elbow, fans the ball to Bauer on the right wing. Bauer goes to the right elbow, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Gollenstein, goes back to the basket. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. We're allowing them way too many second chance opportunities. Foul's going to be called on Linville. It'll be her second. Gollenstein back to the line where she's 1 for 2. Trying to narrow the gap with 4:59 left. First one on the way and bounces out, no good. Coming in will be Klee. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canuck Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canucklaw.com. Second free throw is going to rattle in there for Gollenstein to narrow the gap to 7 at 41-34. In the backcourt, Harrison County being harassed. Custard gets it into the front court to Lunsford. Lunsford 1-on-2. Floats up a terrible shot, but she's going to be bailed out as she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Need to protect the lead. Foul is going to be on Klee, her second. Lunsford at the line. She's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Now the officials confirming that it's going to be a 2-shot foul. First one by the sophomore is on the way, and off the back of the rim, no good. McKay checks back in for Bauer. Some situational substituting going on for Coach Arnn. Second free throw by number 12 is good this time. Extends the lead back out to 8 at 42-34. 4:44 left. Here's a hook shot put up by Roush. No good. And chasing down the rebound will be Roush. Now she'll go to the basket. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. And a foul is going to be called on Kinney. Nope, they're actually going to call it on Lunsford, and that'll be Lunsford's third. Roush goes back to the line where she's 1 for 2. She has 8 rebounds tonight. The vast majority, 6 offensive. So she's working hard on the glass. The lefty's first free throw's good. Bauer checks back in. 42-35. Now your score with the second free throw upcoming for Roush. Senior. One of 3 senior starters. Free throw up and free throw good. Makes it a 6-point game at 42-36. Inbounds pass comes to Kinney against the press. Oh, and Hudgens is able to catch it just a split hair second before Bauer ran into her. That'll be Bauer's second personal foul. We'll walk the other way and shoot some free throws. It may be difficult to understand everything your teenager is saying, but with Dustin and Amy at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Call them at 859-234-4514. Hudgens at the line where she's 0 for 2. Has 10 points. Gosh, still 4.5 minutes left. Free throw of the front end is no good. Long rebound is raced down by Hudgens, and she's fouled hard. Foul is on Roush. That'll be her second. And send Hudgens back to the line for one in the bonus again. That was a big, tough play there. Seems like we're hanging on by our fingernails to a 6-point lead. Hudgens 0 for 3 from the line now. And make it 0 for 4. She missed the front end again. The rebound is knocked out of bounds by Harrison County. Got to make your free tries. Oh, ball went down the hallway. Cynthia and Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. Made from scratch biscuits, never frozen burgers, and many other great options at Hardee's in Cynthia. Across the timeline comes McKay. Over to the left side, gets the ball in the hands of Riggs. Riggs to Gollenstein on the right side of the midcourt circle. Passes on the wing to McKay. McKay fires a 3. Might have been partially blocked. Rebound, though, picked up by Gollenstein, who puts it back up and in. Emma Gollenstein with 3 offensive boards here in the fourth quarter alone. Makes it a 4-point game at 42-38. In the front court with the basketball, the Fillies. And a pass intended for Lunsford goes out of bounds. Be careful with the basketball, girls. Still 3:51 on the clock. Harrison County leading by 4. Back into the ball game. Hudgens returns, or Van Hook rather. Pass over to the far sideline near the hash mark to Riggs. Riggs gets it into the corner to Klee. Klee crosses over her dribble, goes to the block. Her hook shot is off the mark, no good, goes out of bounds. That's touched by Harrison County. So St. Pat will maintain possession. Inbounding the ball will be McKay. Lobs it up top to Roush. Roush gets her dribble over to the left elbow and gets it between the circles to Klee. Klee, a floater in the lane, is good off the glass. Lillian Klee with the runner. Gets her team back to within 2 at 42-40. 3:20 still on the clock. In the front court, Custard with the basketball. Goes between the circles and the pass to the right side to Kinney. Back between the circles to Hudgens. Hudgens drives to the block. Her shot is off the mark. And McKay will come up with the rebound. In the front court, McKay left side. 3 minutes exactly left to go. McKay backs up. Now pass to the right side to Klee, who's wide open, but they're going to give her that shot if she wants it. She steps inside the arc. Now gets it on the wing to Roush. Roush goes into the paint. A floater is in and out. And Van Hook has the rebound for Harrison County, and now she's going to be fouled. Be a one and the bonus situation coming up. So that's the 9th team foul on St. Pat. Van Hook to the line where she is 2 for 2. 8 points, 12 rebounds, so just a couple of free throw possibilities away from getting her 7th double-double of the season. Free throw up and bounces out. 3 straight missed front ends of the 1-and-1. Riggs gets the rebound, and here comes Lady Saints in a hurry. Klee passes the ball down low to Roush, who misses the shot, but she's going to be fouled. We'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Hudgens. That'll be Bailey's third. Roush, 3 for 4 from the line. 2-shot foul. From here on out, both teams will be in the double bonus. At the 2:35 mark, Roush's first free throw is no good. As Bauer checks back in. Roush can still get her team to within 1 if she can make this free throw here. Harrison County had as much as a 9-point lead. Senior's second free throw is on the way, and this one will be good to draw her team back to within 1 at 42-41. 2.5 left. In the front court, Harrison breaks the press. Van Hook to Custer to the basket, misses the layup. Rebound, Lunsford misses the basket. Van Hook puts it back up, no. And now, down with the rebound will be Gollenstein in the front court with the basketball. Trying to take the lead. Here's a short jumper, no good by Roush, but getting the offensive rebound was Klee. Boy, we're killing us on the glass. Here's a loose ball on the floor. Shot put up, no good by Roush, and Kinney has the rebound. Now slow things down. Going to the basket, a forced shot is no good by Lunsford, but she's going to be fouled by Gollenstein. We got to be aware of score and situation and clock time. We're just racing down like it's the first man down. Shoot the ball. Patience, patience, patience. Lunsford 3 for 4 from the line. 1:54 left. Her first free throw is good. As McKay checks back in, Lunsford gives us a little breathing room at 43-41. With 1:54 left, her second free throw is on the way, and this one is no good. Rebound is going to be a jump ball in between Roush and Van Hook, and the possession arrow faces Harrison County's way. Harrison County wants timeout. So it's going to be a full. We'll take it as well. 1:52 left to go. Your score, Harrison County 43, St. Pat 41. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. It's a nail-biter, folks, in between Lady Saints and the Fillies. The Fillies hanging on to a narrow 2-point lead out of the timeout. Harrison County will have the basketball. Just 1:52 left in this ball game. Had a tie and 3 lead changes early, but Harrison County has gotten as much as a 9-point lead twice here in the second half. Inbounds pass comes to Lunsford. To Hudgens up top, fires a 3-pointer and off the mark. Long rebound is chased down by Lunsford. Nice play that time by the sophomore on the offensive glass. That's a critical offensive rebound. Here's a shot put up by Hudgens, no good. And down with the rebound this time will be McKay. In the front court, down by 2, come the Lady Saints. Riggs races to the basket. Her shot good, and we're tied up at 43-43. Way up by Isabella Riggs. Harrison County up the floor with just over a minute left to go in regulation. Kenny gets the ball to Hudgens. It's the first time the score has been tied since it was back in 14-14 in the second quarter. Here's a 3 fired up by Lunsford for the lead. Good! Hayden Lunsford buries the tray and puts Harrison County back out on top by a score of 46-43. 30-second timeout called by Harrison County with 55 seconds left to go. Oh, full timeout. Okay, we'll take it as well then. 55 seconds left. Harrison County leading by 3, 46-43. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC. Back here on the hilltop, down by 3. The Lady Saints with the basketball with under a minute to go. Riggs on the baseline, gets it to the elbow to Gollenstein. She'll find Roush in the paint. Her leaner is no good, but getting the rebound was Riggs. Riggs fires a 3, no good, and on the rebound, Kinney catches it and is going to be fouled. It's going to be called on Gollenstein, her second, and will walk the other way for the double bonus. Kinney will do the honors on the year, a 50% free throw shooter. Timeout called by St. Pat. We'll take it as well. 38 seconds left to go. Your score, Harrison County 46, St. Pat 43. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. All righty, back here at the hilltop. Harrison County leading by 3 with 38 seconds left. Brooke Kinney going to the line for the double bonus. Trying to make it a 2-possession game if she can make either one or both of these free throws. First free throw by the senior is on the way and good. Puts Harrison County up by 4, 47-43.
Timeout, St. Pat.
Timeout called by St. Patrick.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Mark that down. Big free throw there by Kinney, 47-43. Breds play tonight against Montgomery County. Breds will be on the road for their next 2 games, though, as they'll head to Paris High School on Tuesday and then go the opposite direction on 27 to Falmouth to take on Pendleton County in that girl-boy doubleheader on Friday. Breds will return home a week from today when they'll host the Yellow Jackets of Woodford County. Teams break their huddles and go back to the line where they were previously as Kinney is about to attempt her second free throw attempt. Number 13 eyes the bucket. Deep knee bend. Free throw on the way and good. That's what seniors are supposed to do, make the tough shots at tough times. Harrison County up 48-43. In the front court, Riggs races to the basket and lays it in. Timeout called immediately by St. Pat.
Timeout, St. Pat.
And I think is it a 30 or a full? They may have to have a full. We'll take it as well. 31 seconds left to go. Your score, Harrison County 48, St. Pat 45. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County up by 1 possession. Inbounds pass comes to Hudgens against the press. Bailey in trouble in the corner. Somebody come and help her. And finally, we're going to have a timeout called by Harrison County. Good heads-up play that time by Bailey or whoever called that timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take it as well. 26 seconds left to go. Your score remains Harrison County 48, St. Pat 45. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. As we get back to play, Harrison County with the ball. We break the press. Hudgens lobs the ball to Van Hook. Ball knocked away and stolen by St. Pat. Down by 3, 15 seconds left. Now Clee has her dribble knocked out of bounds, but St. Pat will maintain possession. With 13 and a half seconds left, Harrison County leading by 3. The Lady Saints need a tray. From her own baseline, McKay will trigger the inbounds pass. McKay looking, lobs it up top to Gollenstein at the top of the key, over to Clee on the left side. Clee backs up, and now we're going to have a timeout called by St. Patrick. We'll take it as well, I believe. That's, I think, yeah, full, so we will take it. 8 seconds left. Harrison County leads 48-45. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WC1. All righty, here we go. Harrison County up 48-45 with 8 seconds left. St. Pat out of the timeout will have the ball from the far hash mark. McKay will trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to Riggs near the center circle. Riggs back to McKay on the left side. McKay races to the near wing. 3 seconds left. A three is off the mark. Rebound goes out of bounds as the buzzer sounds, and Harrison County has survived to win by a final score of 48-45. An exciting win for our girls as they improve now to 7-16 on the season. And for only the second time this year, they win back-to-back games. Good win for our girls, a good teaching, learning lesson from how we handled things down the stretch, but that's just a part of the process. Maysville St. Patrick, meanwhile, drops to 13-11 on the season. So Harrison County, a good win here on the Hilltop today. We invite you to stay tuned now for our post-game show. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from this ball game, as well as have a chat with a member of the Harrison County coaching staff. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, here on the Hilltop, your final score, Harrison County 48, St. Patrick 45. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.